to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Crunch time, defense.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Well, he's going to take a shot right away, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Put that team on the clock.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. You go Mike 40, Mike 40.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now, after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking in zone for Jones. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
The ball carrier, Devon Kennard on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 84 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
32! Mike 51! Mike 50! Hey, Orbit! Get that quarterback! Hey, Mike 51! Mike 51! Here we go! Right here.
From the gun, Stafford. Amendola catching it left side. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
32! Hey, wahoo!
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd.
We ain't giving them nothing to take. 51! 40 got! 40 got!
Tighten up. Pull it together. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Hey, Zoo!
I'm coming.
Operating from the gun. Stafford, he's going to wind up and air it out. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down.
Get up.
22!
Mike 50.
following the penalty. It's Johnson. And an alley to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. The previous play went to the offense with a nice run, but that last play we just saw certainly went to the defense.
So you're keeping a little bit of a ledger there, aren't you?
Tally.
You know, somebody wins, someone loses. But you get this sense offensively, they're continuing to probe around, trying to find the runs that are going to work, and then they'll go to them consistently.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Ready?
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. To throw is Stafford. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Remember, Prater has hit from 64 earlier in his career. This one not quite as long, but good from distance nonetheless. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Go! Go! Get 300! Get 300!
Rodgers now to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He'll want it. Run. Motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Here we go.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Check 30. Check.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he?
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Hey, lady! Let's go, defense! Zero! Let's go, defense!
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Stafford. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kyler Fackrell with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
88. Bravo. I'm here all day.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
No. 319. Yeah, Liz.
Mike 51.
Five.
Here we go.
Go, Mike 51. Mike 51 to 50. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
Yo.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around. Not having that success, might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, 70!
Johnson. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Set, lady!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A run there on first down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch the run. They're running it.
On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah, baby.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's caught, Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point good by Prater, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
That's good for a Packers. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Stafford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3rd and 12.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey, 5-0! Hey, exit!
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he completes it to Hunt. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Go. Stay 50, stay 50.
44's mine. Check. I'm coming.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Stafford looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
49, check 49.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Show it out. Check.
Loco over here.
Check. Switch. Tight dog.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Hakeem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Alpha.
From the gun, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Howland Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 14.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself,
and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense. But that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Let's go, Mike 50. Watch the slant.
Throwing is Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. The 40, 30, the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
17.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Again, it's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Tackle made by the third-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
65, 65. Back one. Smooth. Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey,
now Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay 1st down.
And the Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. 58 to none.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, Delta.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey,
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming to you. Bang, 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 bang.
Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Green 18. Inside.
Defense, let's get out the field. Defense.
Got Mike. Hey, Charlie.
Working from the gun. Rodgers looking here for Schmidt downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Vincent Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got nothing. Omaha, ready to move.
Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Lions.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, Foxtrot. Look at him.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
You. Switch it. 20.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Blue 58.
I'm scared.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And Justin Coleman brings him down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now it's Hunt. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Tight end's right. Three down.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
51's Mike. Mike 51.
All day, baby. All day. Check 9.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They go play action here on first down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they will take a knee here.
Boyle on the keeper. A loss of 1 makes it 3rd and 14.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles.